Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back, and today we are on Restaurant Tycoon 3, a brand new game, and well, I'm going to be giving you guys top 10 tips for beginners to get absolutely rich. If you're ready, slap that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to join our Discord server down below for Robux giveaways and so much more. Anyways, let's get straight into these top 10 beginner tips. A no-brainer that I'm going to toss you guys, it's entering the codes. The codes are severely a huge boost for first and beginner players, as they are to give you a free $500 instantly, which can get you a few tables and chairs quite fast. So make sure you head over to the code menu in your shop. It's going to be typed out right over here, and enter the code RT3. Oh, okay. 3, there we go. Press submit, and then you will claim your free $500. And if you also want some diamonds, type in the code EARLYBIRD. It'll give you also 10 free diamonds as well, which can be used to update and like other people's restaurants. You also could use them to technically buy new music, but I'm really not a fan of the music as my Roblox volume is always at 0, so that really doesn't apply to me. But if you want some music, well, there you go. Anyways, let's get into tip, well, number 2. Alrighty, for this tip, this is strictly for beginning players and when you're just starting the game. So make sure you guys do not hire too many staff quite firstly. You want to do everything by yourself. You're probably asking, why would I rather do that when I can just have it all automated? Well, you have a thing called Mastery in this game. If you head over to the little trophy, and or if you're on mobile, click menu within the trophy, you have levels over here for all of your Masteries. You want to try getting them all up to level 5 as quick as possible, as they will be able to give you access to buy unique shop items in the game. With those shop items, eventually you will unlock bakeries, gardens, and much more that you're able to purchase fruits and other meats. With that, you will be able to head over to your menu, and then be able to click your specific item and boost the price. I personally have not completely maxed out mine quite yet. I just have bakery to focus on, but you know, it's an entire level, like I was saying, and you'll be able to upgrade the prices. So for example, your Caesar set would be $15, you'll boost it up to $20. That is like a huge increase in value, so I highly recommend doing everything manually for as long as possible. It also will help you buy a load of chairs and tables a lot quicker and be able to have a lot more players sitting around your restaurant, making, well, more bread overall. Anyways, now let's get into step number 3. Alrighty, so for the third tip, I highly recommend you guys following this one pretty quickly, okay? And exactly, to be fair. So I want you guys to buy the longer tables. They're not much more for the price. If you head over to the build menu and you head over to chairs and tables, you will go to their table over here. It is going to be called the standard table. Do not get the one that's $240 that is 2-seater, which is already better than the 1-seating tables. But get the one that is 3 complete spaces, so 3 studs. Okay, it's only letting me place on the second floor, whatever. Anyways, so with this table, you'll be able to actually place it down. Okay, I obviously cannot place here, but when you place it down, you'll be able to put a total of 8 chairs. So you have 3 on each side and then 1 on each end. That is a lot better than be able to just do your basic 4 and pretty much doubling your customers and revenue in long term. So definitely do this and optimize it as much as possible inside of your restaurant and do it as quick as possible because it is very good for endgame as well. As if you have these, you'll be able to put a total of 6 and then your end slots will also have 1. You could do this a little bit more efficiently than I did. You could make it where pretty much you'll have extend all of these out 1 more and pretty much have 1 end chair on each one of your ends in the end game. So that is a huge tip that I recommend you guys following because a lot of people usually do not do this and end up doing a whole load of the basic chairs and tables, which kind of look just like this, which you only have 3 to 4 customers per one. It's a lot better. You have more people paying, and overall, you're going to earn a lot more bread if you follow that tip immediately. So let's just get into tip number 4. Hopefully this helps out you guys. Alrighty, so this tip I highly recommend you guys following as well as just as other tip. I'm just going to stop saying that because I'm just rambling at this point. Anyways, so this is strictly for all type of game players, whether it's beginning or end game players overall. Make sure when you're inside a build mode, you always move your customer spawn point directly to where your serving table is. Well, where they take orders, right here. Because, well, it's a lot easier when customers instantly spawn. They just spawn right here and instantly get their orders taken and seated down immediately. The more time it takes a person to find a table, the longer it takes for your staff to run around and then them to get to the seat. Every second counts because if you waste time, well, that slows down your production and you overall will not make the most amount of money as possible. So please do that as quick as possible because you want to make the most money, of course. Please put your customer spawn point closer to where your orders are getting taken and where your staff are accessing immediately. It'll overall help you out long term. And just to add up onto this, when you do eventually have staff, please go to one of your staff and strictly only give them access to Oh, okay, that was a cook. Hold on. to only have access to do the greet customers. Only have one selected with this enabled. All of the other ones, please disable that setting. It'll save a lot of time, and pretty much you only need one person to do it anyways, because if he's just sitting here just like this, he has nothing else better to do and constantly will sit people around your restaurant. And I pretty much will have all tables and chairs filled up in pretty much no time with that meta as well. So that was a free little tip there. Anyways, let's get into, well, number 5. Alrighty, so number 5 pretty much combines just with number 4. So make sure everything is close as much as possible. Do use your space optimized. Make sure every piece of your entire restaurant is together and optimized for money. We are after money, not style for beginner players. Endgame, you finally can make your restaurant look a little cool and not too much worry about production. Oh, you know, to the most part. You kind of still want to earn a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so with that being said, you want to put all of your personal kitchenware really close to each other, so all of your cooks don't have to move pretty far while taking the orders, and then as well as cooking. So if you have your orders and then a stove behind, it is superly efficient that way. So, and then as well as your chopping counters, etc. Make sure everything is really close together efficiently, such as your tables and everything as well. Just make sure everything is superly close together, making everything, well, less spacious and better for grinding. You know, money is what we're talking about here, as you guys know. Anyways, let's just get into 6. This one is huge for beginning players. Alrighty, so for this tip, I was actually told this by a pro player, and I did not follow this in the beginning, so I'm going to let you guys know this now, so you guys actually are able to follow this meta. So this is for people just starting. If you just started the game, you're going to probably want to restart with this meta because it is severely overpowered. So with this, you are going to want to, please, when you join the game, you are able to choose what place/country, what you want to focus on food-wise. The one you want to click is going to be Japan. Japan is the #1 priced food. It is superly expensive. Their starter food is worth $21, and the main one is $27, which is a lot more compared to any other country in the game. And for people that click Spain, Spain is the second best, but I would definitely focus on Japan, as that currently gives the most money. Obviously, if you are already pretty far in the game like me, it's not too much to worry about, because over time you'll unlock the menu items anyway. But if you have a certain country focused on, those are the main ones you're actually going to unlock when doing your quest. So, highly recommend you doing Japan, as it will pay off a lot more in the end. So, yeah, Japan is definitely on top for this one. Anyways, let's get to number 7. Alrighty, so we kind of mentioned a little bit of number 7 earlier. With number 7, this is going to bring us, well, make sure to focus on the quest line. Your quest line is up here on the top. It'll give you random quests, seating customers, cooking, serving, or just overall just collecting dishes. The most random quest in the game, but super easy, and also helps boost your mastery over time. So, with this being said, you want to focus on as much as possible, because it'll unlock your menu items. The more items you have, the more chance you're actually going to get a more expensive item. In the beginning, you'll have a lot of the cheaper items, but you also will have a chance to eventually unlock the very much expensive items that you'll be able to stash on your menu. Also, while we're in here, since I don't have this as another tip, this is more for like mid-game players, make sure you actually focus on this and only have 3 to 5 food items actually onto your menu, because, well, you don't need as many, as there's still going to be ordering just as much as possible. So just make sure you guys focus on that and only add 3 to 5 of per one, whether it's 3 desserts to 5 desserts, mains, and starters. Don't go over that. 5 I would put as the exact maximum. I personally am rolling 3 because it's working very efficiently for me in my personal ways. So do that, and it will help you overall, because if you have a lot of the expensive items, you're making a lot more money. But if you have some of the cheaper items, you could be making, hypothetically, triple the amount of money by just taking off some of your menu items. It's pretty simple. Head to your menu, click it, and then you literally just press remove from menu. It's like the most simplest thing ever. Make yourself some more money. Alrighty, so the 9th tip. I pretty much mentioned this tip multiple times throughout today's video, but I'm just going to mention it again and toss it in as the 9th tip anyway. Make sure you guys are focusing pretty much on manually doing everything for a good while, because I don't want you guys not getting your mastery. I made the mistake a little bit and not focused on baking as much in the beginning as I should have. I was more inside of the serving and being my own personal waiter, which I did not personally want to do. As you can tell, I kind of made my serving up to level 9 by doing that, and instead didn't focus on my cooking as much. So don't make that mistake as I did. Make sure you focus on your cooking as much as possible. But anyway, so once you do that, you are able to please and then being able to, well, unlock your cooks and waiters. You highly recommend it to actually only have 1 to 2 cooks for a good while, and you probably get like 8 5 to 8 waiters before you even can unlock a third cook. There is no need for that many cooks. I have all the cooks here, and like literally none of them are doing anything at all. They're just standing there. I probably could run one cook and be perfectly fine at this point. So do not overly do your cooks. You can honestly use your waiters a lot more, and they are definitely worth way more of the money. And with this being said as well, I have not included this tip. This is more of like a mid-game to end-game tip. Please level up your waiters to around level 3. That when they get level 3 or 4, I can't remember which one it is, they are able to unlock trays, meaning they are able to literally walk around with a giant tray just like this, being able to hold 4 items instead of just 1 or 2. So it is a huge bonus and will help you earn a lot more money over time, as it's 4 times more efficiently than being just a level 1 player. So, well, we should say servers, Anyways, let's get to, well, the 10th and final tip to make the most money possible, the beginner layout. Alright, so for the final tip, you join the game and you will be able to honestly pick your restaurants. Well, I'm going to want you to delete the entire thing. Just make yourself a base plate. Why? You're probably like, why the hell would I do this? Well, you want to make everything as small and as minimized as possible. You're going to want to put your spawn points right at the door. So let me go over to my door, actually. I'm not going to do that with my base because I spent a lot of time. But right at your door, you're going to place your spawn points right here. You're going to put these two just right on top of each other or right next to each other, right next to here. And then you're also going to put all your stoves and things just like this. Then, as you can tell, I branded off and eventually built around it. But what you're going to do is build then your tables and chairs right next to it, minimizing and making everything fully built on and no room to build anything else. So make sure you guys do this, and well, you're gonna earn the most amount of money possible. But anyways, with all your stoves and things like this, leave a little block gap. Make sure they all are facing where you have enough room to walk around, because if you have them superly combined, you are then gonna get stuck, and it just overall is not fun for gameplay wise. So make sure you guys give yourself that little bit of 3-block gap. Anyways, next up. So put your tables just like this. Remember, get the standard tables that are $250 and do them long ways. Then with that as well, you're then going to have 3 chairs on each side and row them as much as possible. If you do have an uneven block where, you extend it out and you have 1 extra slot, then please slap another table right there and or just an extra chair. As you can tell, I could be running triple chairs here. Well, triple tables, I should say, right here. And then also then just run a whole other row of chairs. But I currently did not do that for more, well, look-wise. I kind of like the way my restaurant looks, and I kind of am stacked on my money at the moment with $268,000. I'm not too worried about, making money anymore, but I highly recommend use every piece of space possible using this beginner little method, and it'll honestly make your money go skyrocketing. Pretty much the most thing I would say, more complex, more money you're going to earn. More it is together, the less your waiters and cooks have to walk around. It overall is just going to bring you long-term money growth. If you are ready, slap that like button and subscribe. And I appreciate everyone for watching towards the end. Let me know what video you guys want to see next down below. And well, I'll see you guys up here on the next one. Let's go.